All right. Hello. It says I'm live. So I'm going to adjust my camera here just a little bit on my computer. All right. There we go. That's a little bit too much, but whatever. That's okay. Thought I had this all set up. Sorry about that. Okay. Welcome to Breathe, Relax, Recover. And today we're just going to do some simple breathing and make it a little bit simpler than the last episode. So the last episode we did some groundwork and did some moving along with the breathing. And today I'm just going to go back to keeping it simple and just do some basic breathing. So remember, the information here is not meant to diagnose or treat or cure any diseases or illnesses. If you're not feeling good, go see your doctor. Also, I want you always to make sure you're safe when you're doing these exercises. So I recommend doing them from a seated position or laying down. And always make sure that if you're feeling dizzy or lightheaded or weird or anything like that, just go ahead and stop the exercise, breathe at your normal pace, and make sure you don't overdo it, right? So they're your lungs, you're always in control, and you can take care of them as you wish. And I just had a weird pop-up come up on my screen. I'm going to dismiss this so that I can see if anybody makes any comments. Okay. So before we get going, let's do that assessment. So do a body scan. Just think about how you're feeling right now. Are you have any tension, any pain anywhere? Are you feeling relaxed, warm, cold, that kind of stuff? If you've got pain or tension somewhere on a scale of 1 to 10, how is it? And see if you can actually locate where it's at, right? If you want to do an assessment, like some of the stuff I've been teaching through some of the other episodes, you can just do a simple neck rotation and see if your neck feels stiff or can't go very far one way or the other. And today, mine are about equal. Or you can do this internal rotation on your arms. So you just go out 90 from your body and internally rotate and see how far it goes. So you'd want to line it up with something so you can see where it's at. So look on a wall or something like that. Because if you do a drill and it makes you feel better, then you'll get more range of motion because it relaxes your brain and other stuff too. That's kind of the simple, easy answer. So go ahead and do that assessment for you so that we can go through these drills and you know if they're working for you, because I'm going to do a couple different drills. And that way you'll know which ones are good for you and to do those and not do the ones that aren't so great for you. Okay? So here we go. Let's do a little warm up first. So go ahead and just run your fingernails, your fingers through your hair or across your scalp, as in my case. And kind of wake that up a little bit. Give yourself a little ear massage. And a little face massage. And just kind of round your neck and rub and pat your shoulders. Just kind of waking things up a little bit here. Now go ahead and rub your rib cage and your abdomen around behind your back. Kind of wake all this up because this is what we're going to be trying to move in when we're breathing, right? So we'll just warm all this up a little bit. Shake out any of the willies you've got. Kind of try to relax. All right. Now, if you don't already know about this, belly breathing, 3D breathing versus paradoxal or chest breathing. If you already know about this, you can just sit tight for a second. For anybody that's new, who hasn't seen this before, I'm going to go ahead and show this. So put a hand on your stomach, kind of over your belly button, and then a hand on your upper chest. And go ahead and breathe in and look to see what's moving. So what we should see is, in my case, like this lower hand is moving when I inhale. But if you see your upper hand moving and your lower hand not moving like this, when you inhale, exhale, that's called paradoxal breathing, which means you're trying to fill up your upper lung fields with air, and there's not as much space there. When your diaphragm, which is a muscle that sits under your rib cage, to be pushing down and out, moving your viscera, giving your viscera, all your guts, a nice massage every time you breathe in and out. We breathe roughly 20 25,000 times a day. So you get a nice little massage of your internal organs every day, all day long. And that's really important to keep them healthy as well. So we want to make sure we're breathing down. Okay, so if you're not breathing down, a couple of ways to figure that out. You can lay down, put your hands on your stomach, or a book or something light, right? Not very heavy, a cat, something warm, and make that move up and down when you breathe in. Another way is take your thumbs, put them in your sides, bring your hands together so your fingers are just touching, and you're also touching the skin. You know, you're not out away, you're touching. And then when you inhale, your fingers should spread apart. When you exhale, they'll come back together. Inhale. So I'm not doing this. I'm not moving my hands. I'm not just pushing my stomach. I'm actually breathing down and out. And that's 3-dimensional. So it'll go in your sides and your back as well. But usually we just need to start with belly breathing. So the other thing I'd show people is take a band, a belt, a towel, anything like that. Wrap it around gently. And then when you breathe into this kind of just above your belly button, when you breathe in here, I should be able to make that expand all the way around. I'll try to get my arm out of the way. So I don't know if you can see that. I know there's not a lot of detail on the video, but that should be expanding all 3 directions. Okay, last bit of instruction, because this is important. Tongue in the spot. Okay, so once your tongue in the spot. So anytime I say tongue in a spot, to get there, you make an E sound. So you go E, which means your tongue is balled up and back high in the roof of your mouth. And then keep that E and turn it into an N. So you go E, and then you hold that spot. Okay. So your tongue's up high and back away from your top, from your front teeth at the top. They're not going to be touching that. I don't care if your teeth are closed or slightly open, doesn't matter to me. Now, when you do this, it's going to close off the airway for breathing through your mouth, and it'll force you to breathe through your nose, which is exactly what I want you to do right now. Now, if you're congested and you can't breathe through your nose, that's okay. Just move your tongue out of the way a little bit so you can get your airway open and breathe through your mouth. Okay? All right. 7 minutes in, and I'm still giving instructions, but tongue in the spot is important. Nice long tall spine is important. Belly breathing or breathing 3-dimensional down and out is also important, because all these will make a big difference for your lung capacity. Massaging your viscera, stimulating your vagus nerve, helping your inflammation and your what do you call that? Can't even think of it right now. Your immunity, your immune response, right? It'll help all that be better, and that's what we're going for. And it'll help relax you, because when your tongue is in that spot, your neck is in the proper position for your neck musculature, and you can better support your head, and you're not going to take as much energy to hold your head up. Okay, so a lot of stuff going on there. Okay, assess. See if all my yakking at you has made you worse or better. So do your assessment to see what happened to me. Actually might be a tiny bit better on my yakking, or was it this side I did? I don't remember. That side's better. Anyway, okay, here we go. We're gonna do a 2-second in and a 4-second out. Okay, so 2 in, 4 out. So big breath, let it all out. Breathe in for 1, 2, out for 4, 3, 2, 1. In for 1, 2, out for 4, 3, 2, 1. In for 1, 2, out for 4, 3, 2, 1. In for 1, 2, out for 4, 3, 2, 1. One more time. In for 1, 2, out for 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax and breathe at your own pace. Check your whatever your assessment is, whether it's just a body scan, how you're feeling, or if it's an arm range of motion or a neck range of motion or whatever you're doing. Check that. Are you better or worse? That's information. If you're better, cool. That's a good drill for you. If you're worse, then we need to adjust it and change it and make it different. Okay, so we're going to do that right now, and we're going to go to a count of 6 this time. So 2 in, 6 out. Now, if you can't get the full 6 out, just start breathing in sooner and try to ignore my counting and count on your own, okay? All right, here we go. Exhale, breathe in for 1, 2, out for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In for 1, 2, out, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In for 1, 2. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In for 1, 2. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In for 1, 2. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more time. Inhale, 1, 2. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax and breathe normal at your own pace. Take a breath, reassess, check your range of motion. Did it change, right? So if it got worse last time but better this time, that means you need to do a 6 count instead of 4 count. If it was better last time and worse that time, then that means the 6 count was too much and the 4 count was better. See how that works, kind of like that. Okay, now if neither of those worked well for you, or if they both did, well, if they both did, cool, you can do them. And if neither of them, that's okay. We're going to switch it now and we're going to go the other direction with the long inhale and the short exhale. Okay, so again, tongue in the spot, belly breathing, nice long tall spine. Try to breathe all through your nose in for the exhale if you can. And we're going to go ahead and get started with that. So let all the air out, and then we're going to inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1, and let it out. Breathe in for 4, 3, 2, 1, let it out. Breathe in for 4, 3, 2, 1, let it out. Breathe in for 4, 3, 2, 1, let it out. One more time, breathe in for 4, 3, 2, 1, and let it out. So on the exhale, I don't need you holding it back or doing anything special. Just let the air out. You can open your mouth if you want. You can exhale through your nose. Just kind of relax and let the air out. You don't have to force it, okay? Now reassess. Are you better, worse? How do you feel? Okay, make note of that. If that was a good drill for you and you're better, awesome. If not, let's try a 6 count. Okay, so we're gonna go 6 in and then just let it out for this one. Okay, ready? So here we go. Exhale and inhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it out. Inhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it out. Inhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let it out. Inhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it out. One more time. Inhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let it out. All right. Breathe normal, reassess, check your arms, better, worse, or your range, whatever range of motion, or just body scan, and take note of that information so you know if it's making you better or worse, and how to regulate or dose all these exercises. Now, again, one of the things I recommend is we get to a point where we're doing maybe 30 of these in a row. Now, maybe by 10 you're out of breath and you need to stop. That's fine, but over time, build that up and try to get 30 reps of either the long inhale or the long exhale, depending on which is better for you. Okay, so I want to take a minute and go back to some of the, not quite the burst breathing, but the sniff puff, and I want to teach that a little bit more today. So if none of those drills worked for you, here's another one. Now, what we're going to do with the sniff puff is we're going to increase the number of sips of air that we take, because what this does is it teaches you to regulate and have control and confidence in your breath with your capacity to breathe. So last weekend, I did some cleaning on my pool, and I was using an acid wash to clean. I drained all the water out and was using the acid wash to clean the pool. And sometimes those fumes would come up and get in my nose. After that happened twice, I stopped and put on a really good respirator, which I should have done in the first place, knowing all the stuff I know about respiration. However, there was an interesting story here. And in the past, whenever I'd get a whiff of some chemical thing in my nose that I knew was bad for me, I would really kind of freak out and panic a little bit, because air hunger is probably, you could argue, the number one concern or threat that is a human experience. Okay, so we really can get freaked out if we don't have the air we need, and rightly so, because Doesn't take very long without air and we die, right? So of course we're going to have a very strong air hunger response. And so in the past, when I'd get a whiff of some kind of chemical, I would get pretty freaked out and panicky about it. And I didn't know what to do. But in this case, this weekend, after doing all this breath work that I've been doing for the last few years, I'd get a whiff of that and I'd go, oh, that's bad. But then I could just hold my breath and stop breathing. And I'd just pause and hold, and I could keep pouring the acid out and kind of turn away and do what I needed to do for a couple more seconds. And I could get up and walk away and get out of the pool. And I'd be fine because I knew I had control over my own lungs and that I could hold my breath for enough seconds, enough time to walk away and get out of the fumes. And I didn't have that panicked experience that I had in the past. So if you want to gain competency and control and assurance over your ability to breathe, these little sniff puff drills are a really great way to do that, because you have to regulate how much air you're taking in and letting out to get to the count you want. And I'll explain that here in just a second. So we start out with just a count of one, and you're sniffing in and puffing out. So it's one in, one out, right? In, out. Just kind of rhythmic. Do this with me. And that's pretty easy. And in that moment, you're probably filling up and letting out an eighth, a quarter, maybe as much as a half of your lung capacity. And so there's not a lot of regulation on that. But now if we increase those numbers, the sequence, then it gets harder, because you have to control, okay, how many sips of air can I bring in and let out before I run out of room and still keep the count going, okay? So let's skip to 3, and I'll show you what that feels like. So let's go 3. So we'll 3 inhales, 3 sniffs, and 3 puffs. And I'm not breathing, I'm talking. So it'll be 3 in and 3 out, okay? Ready? Here we go. And relax, okay? So for some of us, those 3 sniffs, by the time we're hitting the 3rd one, we're about at capacity. We've about taken all the air in that we can. We run out of room. And by the time we're going 3 of the exhale, we've let all the air out and don't feel like there's any more to give, right? So you have to regulate how much can I get in each one of those. So now if we take it to 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 or all the way up to 10, right? You have to take little tiny sniffs to get all the way up to that number. So what you do is you go 1, and then you do 2, and then you do 3 and 4 and 5 and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way up as high as you can go up to 10, and then back down, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And it teaches you how to regulate, and it gives you confidence in how much air you have left to breathe in or breathe out and be able to keep going, okay? So I want you to experience this. Let's just do, if you can only do 1 rep, that's fine. But let's try to take it from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 and back down 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so I'm going to do these and I'm not going to talk. So I'm going to go like this for an inhale. So make sure inhale, 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 exhale, exit, right? So it'll be like that. Okay, so here we go. Big breath in, let it all out. And we're going to go 1. Okay, I skipped and did 2 there. All right, stop, reassess. Does that make you better or worse? And could you get all the way to 5 and back down? And did you get an idea of that feel, what it's like when you're starting to run out of space to breathe in more, or you're running out of air to keep giving more as you're exhaling? And again, this is a lot of work and confusing right now, but as you get better at it and you gain that competency of knowing how much air you can breathe in, breathe out, it'll give you more control of your lungs, give you more confidence. It'll help you when you're in a moment of stress to know, hey, I can control my lungs. I've got air. I can keep going. I'm fine. Okay. enough of that. We're almost up to the 20-minute mark, and I want to calm us back down with a little bit of relaxation, a little bit of breathing. So go ahead and just kind of relax and kind of let your shoulders go and your face, and kind of do a little more rubbing here again, and just a little bit of kind of waking yourself up after all that yakking I did and some of those harder breathing drills. And let's end with just a 2-second in and a 4-second out. Okay, so we'll do a few reps of that. So exhale, breathe in for 1, 2, out for 4, 3, 2, 1. In for 1, 2, out for 4, 3, 2, 1. In for 1, 2, out for 4, 3, 2, 1. One more time. In for 1, 2, out for 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. One last little reset here. Get your hands a little bit warm, cup them, close your eyes, put your hands over your eyes, and try to make all the light spots go away. And of course, when I do this, I have 2 really big white white spots in my eyes because I've got lights on out there. So just cover your eyes. Don't put pressure on them. That's why you cup your hands. We're just going to sit here for a few minutes. It's called a visual reset. You can use this anytime during the day. Go ahead and just tell yourself, breathe in and breathe out at your own pace. Breathe in, breathe out. Cover your eyes, get a little visual reset, calm down your optic nerve, let it take a break. Try to make all the dark spots darker. Breathe in, breathe out at your own pace. Each time you breathe in and out, tell yourself, breathe in, breathe out. Okay, good. You can take your eyes away from your hands. Thanks for showing up and watching. It's good having everyone here, and we'll be back on Sunday for another episode. And if you have any questions, send them my way, Kyle@coachkyle.com, or make comments on the video here. I'll look those up and I'll answer anything that comes up. One of the questions that came up, and you can sign off now. I'm going to stay on just for a minute and talk about a question that came up from the last one. So last one is we did a lot of this mobility stuff. We laid on the floor and rocked our knees and hips back and forth. And I got the question, can we do that in a seated position? And it kind of came in late and I just said, yeah, you can do it. But I want to talk about that just for a minute. So I don't have my camera set up with the seated position, but if you're seated, assuming your hip and your knees are kind of bent at 90 degrees, right? And you can still rock those back and forth. Or you can kind of shift your weight back and forth and move a little bit, or you can actually rotate your body if you want, okay? The important part is that your movement matches your breath. So you move one direction as you're inhaling and you move the other direction as you're exhaling. And we could get into a lot of fine detail on that, but at this point, I'm just gonna say, pick a direction and pick either inhale or exhale and match them up so they're rhythmic together, right? So if I'm gonna rotate, I'm gonna inhale all the way to here, and then when I turn back, I'm gonna exhale the whole way, and in the whole way, and out the whole way, okay? So you just match those up. So if you're seated, rocking your legs back and forth, or wiggling your feet up and down, or rotating your shoulders, or whatever it is, just match your breath, the timing of your breath with the timing of your movement so they go together, okay? And that's a really good rhythmic, just kind of works neurology and your lung capacity and all kinds of cool stuff together. All right, okay, I need to breathe, so I'm gonna sign off and do some breathing drills and catch my breath from doing all this talking, and see you guys on Thursday or Sunday. All right, bye.